School sucks. Specifically public school, but also a lot of private schools and charter schools. Alright, well, animated episode today.
Yay.
Epic, very, very epic. And today we are doing the top 10 reasons school sucks.
This is gonna be a good one.
And by the way, before I get into it, I would just like to point out the fact that most kids agree with me, and probably most Americans. I don't know if there have been any polls on that or surveys, but most kids, in fact, agree with me.
I mean, if there are any students out here watching, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And any parents out here who have kids, you probably also know.
Probably so. I mean, it's not a good... Generally, it's not a good thing when your kid comes home complaining about how much they hate school. And I know, they're entitled little brats, but it still demonstrates a very obvious issue with the system. So here, we will present our top 10 reasons school really sucks. I have a little sheet here. All right. Reason number 1, no free will. That's right. Everything, well, you go to school, right? Let's go through a day here. You go to school, right? You go to your first period, first class, right? Let's just say it's math, okay? You do this, then you do this, then you do this, then you take the test. If there's a test that day, right? Then you go to science. Why not, right? Science. Oh, you do 2 worksheets that day, then you got homework, then you go on. Next, well, just say it's English, or as they call it in school, language arts. Well, maybe you're doing a little art project in that class. I mean, you never know what you do there. And then you read some dumb poem written...
that no one actually cares about, and you should do, like, if you're trying to actually study English.
And then you break it down word by word as if there's some deeper meaning behind every word, and it's incredibly boring. But there's no decision. You don't get to choose what to do. I'm always amazed the once in a blue moon when we actually get to choose between 2 different things. I'm always amazed. They're usually bad, but they're usually 2 bad decisions, but I am always amazed.
Sometimes, even during group projects, you don't even get to choose your group.
No, of course not. How could we do that? Reason number 2, they dumb you down, and they also use bad teaching methods. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, in many cases, they don't teach you how to read. We have a enormously high, A, illiteracy rate, and B, functional illiteracy rate, and then C, barely literate rate. Barely literate meaning you can read at a 3rd grade level and not above. You can maybe read... your prescription or something. You can read, take 2 tablets a day, and that's about it. We have an enormously high rate, and we have basically 2/3 of kids are at risk of illiteracy. If you look at certain testing scores where the kids literally cannot read well,
What's the difference between illiterate and functionally illiterate?
So if you're illiterate, it means you cannot read basic, you cannot read anything, right? Or barely any, basically nothing. If you're functionally illiterate, it means... okay, I know run, but I can't read the newspaper.
Okay.
I think that is the primary difference.
So they're both not good.
They're both very bad, right? Number 3, they indoctrinate you. And oh boy, is this bad. It varies between grades and teachers and all that, but it is, you can just name any political issue. Brooke, what's the first political issue that comes to mind?
Environmental stuff.
Oh. They have no shortage of that. Guns? Sure. Anything. Immigration, nationalism, anything. Right? They just indoctrinate you on literally anything you can think of. Any issue you can possibly think of, they will indoctrinate you on. Okay? It's just, you name it, they do it, and this goes back way, way back,
We'll probably give some examples of this, like deeper examples of this in like future episodes and stuff.
Right, we've extensively documented this as well. Number 4. All right, Number 4. The teachers are lazy. Sorry, it's true. Okay, most teachers I've had, have been lazy and distant. Now, maybe this is because the system is so terrible that it beats you down, and after a couple years, you're just done with it, right? Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that most teachers are lazy and distant. Now, I've had a couple, and I'm sure producer Brooke has too, that have been good, engaging, helpful, everything. However, those teachers are the exception, not the rule. And most teachers I've had have kind of sucked.
Have you ever just wondered why the teacher is even in the classroom? Like, they could just go out of the classroom and
I mean,
just nothing would change. They're not actually teaching.
absolutely. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They're just giving worksheets that they may or may not have created.
Or they're putting on, discovery education videos, which was made by people far more talented than they are, So, I mean, it's terrible. And a couple, when they do teach, they're so bad at it because they never learned how to teach in the first place. So when they do try to teach you, it goes terribly. I mean, you're yawning, you're exhausted, you're literally crying tears of exhaustion, and I mean,
oh boy.
And plus, the school day, I mean, this is a little bonus here. The school day starts so early, many kids get 6 hours of sleep or less. Meaning they're already tired,
Kids have, things they want to do, They want to actually do stuff like read and play video games. They don't just want to spend all day in school.
Well, now we got to have a 10-hour day, That's,
oh, yeah, of course.
That was Kamala Harris, right? Thank God she's not the nominee. All right, here we go. Number 5, it sexualizes you. Oh, here we go. I'm going there. It's not even. I mean, it's not even always middle school or high school when you're taught all the fun stuff, right? Which is not school's job. I mean, I think, in my opinion, sex ed should be abolished because I don't care. It is not school's job to tell you all that stuff, right? And in many cases, in many states and districts, it goes back to they start the promiscuous stuff in kindergarten. I mean. If you want to Google them, I'll let you Google the crazy stories. I'm not gonna go into that. This is kind of a family-friendly show in general. I'm not gonna go into that, but there are some truly horrifying stories. You have California, I believe they're gruesome, just extremely explicit sex ed curriculum on a statewide level, massively disapproved of by parents and probably a lot of kids too. I mean, who wants to be taught this kind of stuff in first grade or kindergarten? Jeez, it is absurd, and it is a reflection on our culture and on our society. This insanity. All right, here we go. Number 6, school encourages conformity. That's right, conformity, where you all do this. I mean, they teach all the kids the same way, where you're all going to be dumbed down to the same level, to be copies of each other. That is the goal: to have copies of each other that are doing the same things, taking the same tests, everything. So you have to conform to the standards. And if you question anything, you're going to be treated as an outcast, right? If you're a boy, standards. I cannot tell you how many times I've been basically told, boys, why can't you just be like the girls, right? Conform to the golden standard. And I don't know if that's the whole pendulum swinging thing. I don't know if you've seen this, producer Brooke.
I have sometimes.
We have been told so many times, why can't you just be like the girls, especially at, lunch or recess. We have been, we're berated. I mean, it's horrible. It really is. And the school, this system is so, I want to curse right now, but I'm not going to. But the system is, it's loathsome, truly. It's awful. It's rotten. Number 7, this is connected. It disincentivizes creativity, where, oh no, you can't do it this is the right way to do it. We're going to show you the right way to do it. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to do. This is rubrics. The rubrics where it shows, literally, it breaks down the project. You do this, you get this amount of points. You do this, you get this amount of points. See if you can get the A. See if you can, it's like a little scavenger hunt where you go this, and you try to include all of it you can, right? It's ridiculous, and it does not allow for any creativity. It's happened maybe twice where I've had an assignment, in the last few years that's actually allowed for some creativity. It seldom happens.
Even in art class and stuff like that, you have a rubric for your projects. I've seen so many kids stressing over, I have to do this. Wait, teacher, do I have to do this or this or this?
Exactly.
And then there's so many teachers who are like, well, you should have listened.
Oh my gosh, you just have to listen to what we tell you to do, and then it'll all be okay.
This is not okay. These kids need to express themselves through this stuff.
All right, we gotta move on here. How are we doing on time?
Not good.
All right, great. Number 8, it spies on you. I mean, did I just walk into communist China? No, I'm in school. There are cameras everywhere. If you do anything wrong, a teacher will report. They'll report you, and then, oh boy, right? It is the most comprehensive surveillance pretty much anywhere. They probably have cameras in the bathroom in half the schools. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. They're everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a camera. right? It's you are being watched. Big Brother is watching you. All right, if I gotta go here, like we got 2 left, so how we doing?
Quick,
All right.
I guess.
Number 9, it creates a culture of drugs and drug use and accepting of that. Because, okay, I don't care what your opinion is on things like Ritalin and Adderall. I don't care what your opinion is on that. But when you give kids so many mind-altering drugs at such a young age that alter them, and you make it, you give them such large amounts and you make it okay, what does that tell the kids? I mean, this is some common sense stuff here. What does that tell you when you drug kids and you make it seem like it's okay? What does that tell them? I'll let you fill in the blank there. It's pretty obvious, right? You're just gonna do drugs. All right, number 10, it creates subjective morality instead of objective morality. Objective morality is largely or almost entirely really religion, where you're going, if you're a Christian or Jewish or whatever, you have objective morality. You have standards. You have things that you know are right and wrong. But in school, it's all subjective. It's, well, I don't know. Maybe this is okay, right? Drugs, like when we just talked about, right there. All right. I guess I'm gonna have to wrap up the show pretty soon here. So, yeah, school sucks. I hope you found this episode motivating, first of all, to act against the system, because that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need a sort of a populist. I know that word's kind of a dirty word, but a populist uprising against the schools, basically. No violence, but a populist uprising against the schools. So, if you have any questions, you can email me, jbstillshow@gmail.com. I can expand on any of this if you'd like me to. Please do, follow us on Twitter down below. Like the video, like it. Subscribe, it's a big red button below this video, and if you don't know how to subscribe, then, well, you should probably just quit the internet. Anyway, until next time, I've been your host, JB.
And I'm producer Brooke.
And we are signing off.